All right, we've rehearsed. We know the script.
Okay. So talk and play, JT, or sing.
Hey there, Scoozers. Hey there, Scoozers. How's that sound? How's that sound?
I'm gonna thumbs
Hey
up
there,
emoji.
Scoozers. I'm making this up now.
No.
Making it up now as I go along.
This is a cover song, actually.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones did it first.
All right.
And then
So
James Brown
compared
covered
to the other mics, how does JT sound? Those of you who are listening to the sound check.
Huh?
How do I sound? Do I sound really quiet? Do I sound like I'm really quiet?
Very loud.
I'm still loud?
Yes.
I don't know what to do about that. You want me to turn my mic down?
All right. Thanks, Sherry. Sherry says it sounds great. It sounds great.
I'm glad somebody does. How about this?
She
Is
said
this
it
better?
twice, so it must sound
Is this
great.
better now that I'm...
Sounds doubly great. Doubly great to
Sounds
you.
great. All right. Go ahead, Bob. Say something.
Check.
Yeah. Good job.
Thanks.
Well said. Well said.
He's a pro.
Doug H says sounds good here.
Okay.
This
Very
is going to
good.
be... This is what we need to do. Before every show, we need to check in with everybody that's listening and get their personal feedback and then
DDR
adjust.
says the levels are just fine. Glass is half empty.
All right.
They're just fine.
Well, we got started a bit later with our sound check than normal, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the theme song and
Go.
Bring
it.
I hope everyone's decently quelled.
I can't think of anything to say.
We miss Brian tonight.
Yeah.
We do miss Brian.
Normally we talk over the theme song, and I can't think of anything to say.
Well, it depends on what we were talking about. Hey, you want to talk about CCA? Actually, Bob posted a picture of a guy on a table doing stand-up. So I don't know if you got a story for that.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing that story.
What do you mean, really? I texted it to you, Brandon.
Was he on a table or was he on a stool?
He was on a stool.
Aha.
Okay, so is there a difference? What's the comedy? Sound better on the table or a stool?
Are you ready for the show? Are you ready for the show?
How long
Good to
is
see.
the theme song?
Good to see that
Bob
Bob's heart is in the show tonight.
Are you ready
We haven't even gotten to the clap break yet, Bob.
Yeah. How long is this theme song?
Here
I've got
goes.
to be in Austin on Wednesday.
There's another verse, Bob. Hang on to your hat.
It's
All right, I'm going to go grow a beard. Just let
no,
me
you
know.
won't.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Well, normally we...
Oh,
never mind.
Everybody gonna be so blessed. Hoping you cats gonna be impressed. Ain't no time to be depressed. Are you ready for the best?
Hey, welcome to SCQS, everybody. The longest theme song on the internet.
No.
It is
That-
People are like, why don't you guys have Bob Smiley come on? I'm like, because he's just going to mock us. Because before the show even gets started, he's going to mock us.
So
he's going to
mean.
put comments in the comment section about how he's got stuff to do tonight, and we're
Just whelming everybody with our show.
welcome to SCQS. Brian is not with us tonight, you guys.
Oh,
He is.
I ate him.
He'll be. He's probably not going to be here next week, but he'll be here the week after, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Juan is back with us.
Yay!
He's been
Back
in
from
Europe,
Deutschland.
Oh, all over the place, man.
and he has some things to reveal. I think you've got a slideshow tonight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're not going to get too deeply into that. We've got a huge show for you before we bring Bob up. we will. I got to tell you that we've got a huge show.
How big is it? How huge is that show, John?
It's huge enough.
Waiting, JT.
It's huge enough that I made this slide. If a typical show is represented by this woolly mammoth, tonight's show looks like this.
Whoa!
Is that an 8-person tent?
Depends on how big the people are.
I don't even know. Yeah, it's true.
Depending on the size of the people, you can fit more than 8 of them in there.
And if it rains, you're screwed.
You're out of luck.
Depends on whether your goal is to stay dry or not.
Yeah.
It's
a fair weather tent.
Relative. Tonight's episode is, without further ado, we've got Bob Smiley backstage. He's going to join us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Bob Smiley.
All the clap emojis.
Who has fallen asleep during the theme song.
Welcome.
Thanks. It's always good to get a solid hour in right before an interview. So thanks for playing the theme song.
Oh, yeah, the theme song is specifically designed to help relax the guests.
Did you have something that you wanted to comment about on the CCA, Bob? Or
it was the greatest, I can't read, Christian comedy retreat ever. Wow.
The CCA is a Christian Comedy Association, and Bob and I were at their annual conference last week, and it was fun. We could talk about it. We'll talk about it at the after party. That's after party conversation.
Yeah. And I appreciate right before you bringing me on, like you bringing the crowd level down for me. That really sets me up for a win.
Again, nobody understands what you're talking about.
I don't
except
care.
For me.
I like inside jokes, and I don't mind doing them.
So tonight, I already told you that we have a huge show, and we're going to get to it. But before we do, we got to give a shout out to our beloved Cliquers, JT.
Cliquers are great. They're super amazingly great. Athletic and fun and super smart. Their beautiful faces a work of art. Cliquers are great. Bob Smiley will tell you they're great. Without them, we'd be destitute and drifting into the abyss. Lovely Cliquers, we blow you a kiss. Once there was an Indiana governor named Schricker in 41 and 49, but he was not a clicker.
Every week I think this is a week when he runs out of rhymes, and every week I'm wrong. This week in no particular order, our clickers of the week are Jack Lowry all together, and Bob Smiley. You say this one by yourself.
Olivia Regurgitic.
That's right.
Perfect. Nailed it.
If you would like to become a clicker and join our merry band, please go to johnbranding.com. It's the easiest thing that you'll ever do. It's easier than falling out of a tree. And then you can. Am I super loud again?
It's happening more frequently now. Before it was just intermittent.
Okay, well, somebody else.
And now it's like you're doing it on purpose.
Good
thing we had a sound check.
Anyway, it's an honor to be here tonight with you guys. And
Somebody
I really
else tell them
enjoyed being around you guys.
Somebody else tell them how to join the clicker.
So you can go to johnbrandon.com and there will be a link to our after party for members only. It starts right after the show. Support us, johnbrandon.com.
What if I stay back here? Is this better?
You look
Yeah,
like that,
a little farther.
that Muppet. Mana.
Keep going.
It's a little better.
And this back here. Doggone it.
It's very loud. Like if you're closer than you are right now, it's very loud.
Okay, well, I'm just going to stay
your
back
first
here.
Go?
Yes, I'm going to stay back here and talk. And if it gets loud again, JT, just go ahead and rip the headphones off.
I do like that whenever JT wants to let him know that his microphone is broken. He just...
Yeah.
That's perfect.
All right. So we do sincerely appreciate, despite my obnoxious volume level, we do appreciate you clickers. You help us do this show. We couldn't do the show without you. So thank you very much. We will see you guys at the effort party. Tonight, because Bob Smiley is on the show with us, I wanted to do something that would be thematic about Bob Smiley. And so what many people may not understand about Bob or may not know about Bob is that he's an outdoorsy guy. Aren't you, Bob?
Yes, I am.
Aren't you, Bob?
Yeah, can
Aren't
we
you,
talk
Bob?
about that tonight?
Yeah, we can.
Can I show my?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Nice.
Look at all those.
You killed 2 aliens.
Look at, yeah,
Yeah,
look at
my
all
car insurance is like skyrocketing, but
So I wanted to do a brief story salad, if we could, with outdoor themes, outdoors, camping, or things like that. And so if you've got a story that you want to tell us about an outdoor event that happened, something that happened in nature, then let's do that. And Bob, you said that you told me earlier this week that you had a story that you could tell
yeah, you want me to just jump in?
about nature. Yeah.
Yeah, because so I got married 4 years ago, and Sarah had never gone hunting before. And at first she was kind of annoyed because I'd been gone. We were at my parents' ranch, and I was gone for, every morning and every evening for like 8 hours total. And she was like, "You're just sitting out there. You're not getting anything." And I was like, well, it's nice to be out in nature and, sometimes it's nice to look at the animals. And she was like, "Yeah, but you won't take us to the Houston Zoo." And I was like, it's $42 to go to the, for $42, you got to be able to eat one of the animals. And so she was like, "Well, I want to go with you," which I thought was super sweet. And she, and Juan, I don't know if you've ever done this, but have you ever explained hunting to a non-hunter before?
Yeah, it's kind of like talking Star Wars to a accountant or something.
Yeah, so I grew up doing this. So I gave her a camouflage hunting suit, and I was like, "You got to put this on." And she was like, I was not prepared for this question. She said, "Why?" And I wasn't, and I go, "So the deer can't see you." And she was like, "Aren't we hunting in a wooden box? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to wear black because it's dark in there?" And that totally threw me. And I was like, and I didn't want to sound like an idiot. And so I said, "Well, you don't want the deer to see you walking out there." And she was like, "So they think we're walking trees?" And then my wife tries to be funny all the time. So she was like, she goes, "How about I tear up a little and they'll think we're a weeping willow?" And I was like, she goes, "You can use that." And I was like, "Yeah, I write my own stuff." And so we get out there. This is a total true story. So we get out there and it's beautiful. It's the sun's starting to, actually, I thought the sun was coming up, but she was on her phone. So that was the glow. But then all of a sudden the sun started coming up and it was like peaceful. And really, like, one of my favorite things about hunting is morning hunts where you see the sun come up and it's just the world is waking up and all this stuff. And I should have asked you if I could tell the story because I don't know if we like have to be censored or whatever, but you don't want deer to smell you. So they sell, Juan, do you want to take it from here?
It's a jar of stinky stuff. Let's just put it up.
Yes, which by the way, it's
pee, right?
It is. It's deer pee. And another question that I was not prepared for was my wife. My wife goes, Sarah goes, "How do they get it?" And I'd never thought of that before. She was like, "Do you put a bucket under the deer and scare him?" And so I had this little bottle of that in my deer stand. And as the sun's coming up, she looks over at me. And this is the first year we were married. And she goes, "Hey, hand me that bottle of breast spray." And I was like, and I had a moment. And before everybody gets real mean on the comment, I did the right thing. I gave her a water bottle afterwards. But it was such a great, like, welcome to hunting, And so it was really cool.
It is a funny thought that if you're going to be if you're hunting in a box, that you should dress, in some sort of corrugated or cardboard or something to blend in with the back.
I've had the same hunting suit since I was in high school, and I never thought about that ever. I just always wore camo because that's the suit I had. And I never thought about that. But yeah, she's been a ton since then. She actually helped me build during the quarantine. She helped me rebuild my deer stand. I think the wind chime was a bad idea, but everything else was pretty good. So I think that's going to be one of those things that we get to do together now. So I'm pretty excited.
Wind chime. All right, JT, you got an outdoor?
The first one
story?
I thought of, I don't remember it, but my dad tells this story all the time. When I was 18 months old, they decided to go camping up in Upper East Tennessee. Him and my mom. And so we went to this campground, and they didn't know it, but that night the Air Force was doing flight patterns through the gap. And so he said, we got the tent all set up, and started cooking dinner. And all of a sudden, boom, this jet just went like right overhead and broke the sound barrier. And he said it just shattered the whole mountainside, and scared us all to death. He said, I could have reached up and touched that jet. It was so close. And so they had jets going through, and he said that should have been my first clue that we weren't in for a calm night. But he said the sun started to go down, and we finished dinner, and we were getting ready to go to bed. And he said he looked down the mountain, and he saw this pair of headlights coming slowly up the mountain. And every curve, the headlights would just pop out again. And finally, it was this old beat up truck, and it pulled into a parking space right next to our campsite. And Dad said we were the only ones up there. So that made him a little nervous. And he said this guy gets out of the truck, and he's drunk. I mean, staggering drunk. And he walks over to our campsite, and he's holding a pistol. And
so far, so good.
So Dad says, so I was like, hey, how's it going? The guy he was a happy drunk. Good. That was a good thing. So he was talking about what he was doing, and he got this new pistol, and he was waving it around, and Dad was giving him coffee, just trying to sober him up a little bit and trying to calm him down. And finally he got in the truck and drove away. And Dad said, if that had been today, I would have packed everything up. We'd have got in the car and got off that mountain as fast as we could. But for some reason, he said, I wanted to stay the night. So he said, we got everything cleaned up, went to bed. And he said, of course, we couldn't sleep because the jets were still going through the pass there. And every now and then there'd be another sonic boom. And he said, to beat it all, there was a rest room with a loose door on it. And so all night long, that thing would go, just like a horror movie or something. And he said, in the middle of all that, I looked up at him and I said, Dad, I'm having trouble going to sleep. And Dad said, I am too. And I said, well, I think if you held my hand that I could probably go to sleep. And so Dad said, I still remember that little hand coming out of the sleeping bag. And he said, I grabbed your little hand. And he said, it was like you could count down from 3, 2, 1. He said, I was gone and I slept the whole night. And he said, he and Mom didn't, but he said, I slept through the whole night. So
you slept through the whole night.
Yeah, I was able to
awake and worried about guns and jets and haunted bathrooms.
Just because my father was holding my hand. Now, there's a sermon in that somewhere in there.
That's a great story because I didn't know the end of that story. I just knew that when your dad gave me that coffee, it was really bad.
Yeah. Well, he's learned to make good coffee since.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I have a...
I mean, it is Tennessee.
That's true.
You're going to have like a happy drunk with a pistol every block.
Yeah.
I have an outdoor story that when we were kids, we were 8, 9 years old, I guess, my brother and I, and we were camping in the backyard. So we were 10 yards from the back door of the house, and our backyard was right up next to, there was no fence, but it was right up next to the property that was owned by this old woman. Her name was Mrs. Altman. And she'd been a single widow like the whole time that we'd known her. We never knew her husband. She was, when we were old enough to know that we had a neighbor behind us, it was Mrs. Altman. We didn't know. She was there by herself. And she was ancient. She was ancient lady. Super nice. One time she gave us some cookies or something that she had made. He goes, I want to make cookies for you boys. Here you go. And she gave us a plate of cookies. And we took them back to our house and we put them on the table in the kitchen. Mom said, where'd you get these cookies? And we said, Mrs. Altman gave them to us. And she goes, we're not going to eat those. So we didn't know. But Mrs. Altman was she was a little bit eccentric, and my mom didn't want us eating things that she had made for us. But she was a really nice lady. That's the thing and she took a shine into us boys. She was constantly like, if we'd be in the backyard, she'd stick her head out the door and she goes, you boys, you always be careful. So we're setting up our tent to sleep in the backyard. And Mrs. Altman comes out on the back porch and she goes, what are you boys doing? And we said, we're going to camp out here in the backyard. She goes, I'm going to come out and scare you. I'm going to come out and scare you tonight. And we're like, okay, Mrs. Altman, you come out and scare. And we didn't think anything else about it. But that night, David and I are laying in the tent And it's, we're getting ready to go to sleep, but we're not going to sleep much. Guys don't sleep much in the backyard. But we're laying there, and it's quiet. And we can hear the crickets. And all of a sudden, we hear the back door of her house open up. And outside the tent, we hear, boo, boo. It's like, I said to
You
my
would
brother,
go on to hear that noise the rest of your career. Like, how cool is that?
she was the first one. I said to David that there's a really old ghost in our backyard.
Like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, her voice was all, rattly and cracky. She just couldn't. She just tried to get it out, and she had to do it 2 or 3 times before we even heard what it was. It's like, oh, she's booing.
That is scary. That would scare me.
It's not frightening as much as it's just unsettling.
Well, if she hadn't told us she was going to do it, we would have been like, what's going on? Why is she doing this? But she specifically told us she was going to scare us. And so she...
What's funny is just imagining her sitting in there waiting. Is like, I think those boys are asleep.
Now it's the moment.
Time to shuffle out there. Scare the
now
crap out of them.
Now it's the witching hour.
It's 9:15. They have to be sound asleep by now.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would have been better if she would have been like, "Boo! Here's a cookie."
Yeah,
that would have been scary.
It probably was 9:15 because she was always in bed by 9:30. So
I can't stay up too late. This isn't a party.
this
isn't a fraternity.
So, Juan, I don't know if you've got a.
I do. I just don't know how good it's gonna be. We'll see. Well, I grew up in the country, but it's not. I didn't hunt when I was a kid. We had guns and stuff. We had like people. We lived in a double wide trailer basically, and then people who lived around us in our neighborhood, they would move off and leave their dogs. So we had like a pack of slightly domesticated dogs that would run around our neighborhood.
Slightly domesticated.
We never, we didn't shoot deer. We had guns, but like we'd have water moccasins. We lived in Florida. So like cottonmouth snakes, water moccasins, we'd shoot them. And then every once in a while, my dad he worked at a Admiral Benbow Inn. Have you ever heard of those? It's like a motor lodge.
Yeah.
So they'd have like a broken TV or something he'd bring.
Mm-hmm.
We'd shoot that or one of those incandescent light bulbs, the big long ones.
Oh yeah,
just to watch it blow up. Anyway, that was
This was before Netflix.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was our mode of
still be fun.
That was our mode of entertainment. When I first started dating Melody, her brother and her dad are big hunters, and like every season, and her dad actually does taxidermy, so he'll shoot a deer, skin it, and then put it on his wall. He can do the whole full service. He's a full service man, and TVs don't move. That's
they're
fun.
easy to hit.
That's why the other thing people like shooting toilets at the. I don't know if you like that pastime. But so when I first started dating her, he's like, do you want to go hunting? And I was like, yeah, it's fun. But the only time I'd been before that, my half brother took me out. Basically, we just drove around in his Cadillac and shot at deer from the road.
Is that legal?
It is not legal. So that is it. That was my experience. It was like we were doing deer drive-bys. Yeah, we were like gang members out in rural Georgia.
That's great.
But anyway, the first time he took me out, my father-in-law, he took me out and he goes, "Okay, just climb up that ladder and you sit up there and wait for the deer to walk by." So it was just a wooden ladder with a plywood, no chair or nothing. I mean, Bob was talking about being in a big box. This was just out in the open. It was just like a ladder with a flat thing. So I just stood up there for, I don't know, I can't remember how long. It was until noon. So we went out there maybe like 5 hours and just saw some turkey. That's all I saw walk by. And we got back down and then like later on the day, he goes, "We're gonna do the afternoon hunt." And he goes, "All right, so here's a tree, and you just climb up." They were just straps with little handles. So it was just straps wrapped around a tree with a little handle, and you would just climb up the tree.
Like a bow stand?
It wasn't a bow stand. I can't remember exactly what. I don't even know if it had the floor is the thing.
Oh, okay. Wow.
No, it did, because I had to. He goes, "When you get up to the top and you run out of pegs, you just work your way around that tree, and then you turn around. It was a pine tree. It was no lie. It was that big around. So he goes, you work your way around that tree, and you just inch your way down that tree, and then you unroll the seat from the. It was like that wide. I sat my butt in a thing that wide with a shotgun, with my back flat up against the tree, and I was not moving because I knew if I moved 1 inch to the left or right, I was falling off.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, I did not. Luckily, I didn't see any deer because they would have been like, "Did you see something?" I'd be like, "Yeah." Wouldn't you shoot it? The worst crime among rednecks is if you see something and you don't shoot it. So obviously, I didn't want to see anything because I wasn't going to shoot it.
He's got his eyes screwed shut.
I barely got down that tree with my life, and so in the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I've really gotten into hunting, started doing my own thing, and I bought this harness. You can get a harness that you tie to the tree, a safety harness. And I was just watching the DVD to it because I don't know. We were out in the woods. We didn't have any cable. So I was watching it, and my father-in-law has his own little – we had a hunt camp, so he's got like a generator going, and he had a DVD player, and I plugged it in. And like first sentence is 75% of hunting deaths is people falling out of trees. So – at that moment, I'm married to his daughter now, but I knew that back then he had plotted to take my life by just sending me up a tree. And going, he'll fall out. He'll fall out, and we'll just pretend like we're shocked.
Yeah. Now 76%.
Yeah. It's like the stats went up. Yay.
Hey, I just thought of this, Juan. You'll probably be the only one that really appreciate this, but in November, there was a kid at my church. Well, it's a hunting thing, but in November, this kid came up at church, and he was all excited because he got his first deer. And there was a whole crowd of men around and stuff. And just me joking, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. Who held the spotlight?" And he goes, "My dad did," and his dad was like one group over and immediately like ran over and grabbed it. Like, no, nobody had a spotlight. I was like, okay.
No.
My dad.
No.
Yeah, you ain't allowed to do that either.
No.
You can't shoot him from the car. You can't shine lights
Can't
on.
blow them up with dynamite.
I was just about to ask if anybody's ever gone fishing with dynamite.
Yeah, it's like, you gonna talk, or you gonna fish?
Mm-hmm.
My great grandmother was a Cherokee Indian, and she's in the Avery County records, historical records in North Carolina for killing a deer with her bare hands. Grabbed that thing. It had little horn buds, and she grabbed it and swung it against a tree until it was dead.
Anyway, we want to thank our sponsors.
I ain't lying. It's the truth.
Thank you, PETA, for your donations to our comics.
My son Trent and I were out. We were driving in a gator one night, and we were just spotlighting around my parents' ranch, and we saw a herd of feral hogs, and they took off over the hill, and Trent was probably 11, and he had a little headlamp just on him, and he jumped out, and I was like, what is he doing? And I just saw that light just bounce up over the hill, and then I started hearing hogs squealing, and so I jumped out because those those boar hogs get really mean and everything. Mm-hmm. And he had run the herd down and caught a baby pig with his hands.
Oh my word!
So
it was.
What was his plan after that?
He wanted to catch a hog with his hands, and he did it at age 11. I was like, you peaked too early. Like, I still haven't done that yet. Like, you got to scope this stuff out.
Can you teach me? Deliverance.
Yeah. So if there's an apocalypse or anything, you guys just come here.
One thing about your boys that astounds me, I couldn't do this, but they just chase snakes down, don't they, and catch them?
Yeah.
I cannot. We had a rat snake by the house, and I just kind of kicked him with my foot. Go, okay, shoo. Hey, come on, guys. You can. It's okay.
Yeah, the chief of police lives down like 4 doors down from us. And I remember he came over one night, and this is when I was a single dad, and we were being a little rowdy outside in our backyard, though, so you couldn't really see in. And he walked over to the gate, and he was like, Bob. And I was like, okay, all right, we're almost done with the fireworks. And he goes, no. We got a snake at the house. Will you send your boy? And I thought, how cool is it that the chief of police, like when there's a snake,
Send
gotta
the Smiley
get
kiddo.
Boys.
Yeah. Send the
You should have
Smiley.
monetized that. Smiley Boys snake extraction.
Snake removal. Yeah.
Yep.
My friend Mark Anderson, you know him, JT.
Yeah.
Was tell me about, he was in Boy Scouts, and he kind of got he annoyed the other kids in the Boy Scouts. He wasn't really one that fit in with the Boy Scouts.
He annoyed the Boy Scouts.
Yeah,
That's
he
wild.
did.
That's
And
wild.
eventually they got rid of him because he didn't fit in. And one of the things that he did was they were out on some sort of camping excursion. He was out California, Arizona, that area. And he caught an armadillo. It reminded me of this when you talked about your boy. Yeah, he caught an armadillo with his bare hands. And he brings it back into camp, and he's holding this armadillo like this. And he's like, came running back into camp, holding it out in front of me like this, because I wanted to show the other guys. And as I got close to them, they're standing like around the campfire. As I got close to them, it peed, and like peed. So he sprayed them with armadillo urine.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Said it was like this purplish stream comes out and just
They
sprays
will
all
never forget that Boy Scout trip.
I guess it was not long after that. What's the badge for that?
Yeah. I guarantee you all those guys are still telling that story today. Somewhere in the world, somebody else is telling that story.
Remember Mark?
Man, I was on this trip.
You guys want to? Okay, this is true. I actually got kicked out of the Boy Scouts. I was in it for like 3 weeks, and there were some other infractions, but we had our camp out, and they were going to do not scavenger hunt. What is it where you go and you get a clue, and then you go to the other clue?
That's not scavenger hunt.
Maybe because scavenger, I feel like you're like
progressive scavenger.
You have to get stuff, but it's like where you go and you get a clue, and it says pine trees, and you got to go where the pine trees are and everything.
Right.
So they lined us boys up, and they shot the little cap gun, and they all took off, and I just stayed there, and I started looking around the camp, and I went to the headmaster's tent, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I know you're not going to have it end out there. Like the last clue has to be around here." And I looked at the back of his tent, and it was the last clue. He was so mad. So they talked to my parents, and they said I didn't have the spirit of.
We can't have Boy Scouts that are smarter than the headmasters.
Right. We don't appreciate innovation and thinking outside the box.
Goodness.
So please take your boy home. All right. We have a game that we're going to play here tonight. It's Too Close for Comfort. We haven't played this for a while. And how this is going to work, Bob, is I've got pictures that are zoomed in, and I've adjusted the color. And these are outdoor related things, and you guys all have to try to guess what this is.
That's an armadillo peeing.
That's deer colon. So is the color right, or did you change the color to throw us off?
No, the color is. I changed the color to throw you off.
Bob Smiley. Well, I was going to say corn, but now that you said that, it's shingles going sideways. That's outside.
Those of you at home can guess as well. So if you think you know what this is, it's a.
It's a tire. It's the bottom side of a tire.
Yeah, but what's that thing going in the middle? It looks like a.
That's what you've run over.
It's a tire that ran over an armadillo.
Yeah, armadillo. Yeah, tires that run over an armadillo. That's
It's
what I got.
the tail of an opossum that's embedded in the tire.
And the logo "Starving Comics Quarantine Show" is throwing me off too. I don't know what that would be.
Just look at the middle part. It's not a butterfly. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, if you change the color, that could be an armadillo shell, or what else is scaly, like some lizard or
pine cone.
That could be a pine cone.
All right, flip it around, and you can see what it is, and then that'll prepare
We
you.
weren't even close, were we?
Oh,
weren't even close.
Outdoor shoes.
If I'd have left
it's the opening scene from Footloose.
Oh,
left
so
it the correct color.
It's outdoor, according to John.
$120
pair. This is what I think. Right, these are the shoes that I would wear outdoors, and no place else. All right, next one.
No place else.
That's a lantern.
That's a dance club. That's
It
outdoor
could be a
dance
lantern.
club.
I think you're right. I think it's a Coleman lantern.
I'm a Christian, so I haven't been to a dance club. So
Outdoor dance club. Outdoor teen dance club.
I think that's a lantern.
Flip that bad boy around. Bob
Oh,
Smiley, give him a
Good
point.
job.
Boom.
That's called a filament in there
But
for
you
all
see
you
why-
campers.
Right. You see why I had to change the
Yeah.
It's also a non-lethal bug light.
those things are amazing. Like you set that little
Mm-hmm.
thing on fire and you think this is going to burn up in a second, but it doesn't. It just burns and burns and burns and burns.
Glows.
It's a miracle. All
It
right,
will
what's the
set a
next?
tent on fire, though.
Yeah, it will. It will.
I'm told.
That's
Oh.
a scalp.
Now we're talking animals here.
Mm.
That's a white-tailed doe, about 3 years old.
It's
Just
more
gave
like
birth
a
to 3
baby
fawns.
boar.
It's been banged up against a tree. by a-
It looks like a
Cherokee.
nutria rat.
Oh, what's the other word for that? It's like muskrat or
Muskrat.
the other word for muskrat?
nutria rat. There's another word for nutra or whatever that.
It could be Phil Collins' scalp from 1982.
Oh,
Stefan has it.
that's been outside.
It's a bear.
John's hair.
Is
Flip
it a
that thing
bear?
around. Flip that bad boy around.
Yeah, what kind of bear? That's
Burn.
It's kind of a happy bear. That's a bear
that's-
that. Yeah.
He
would
does
be-
look
play
to be
with
about
you.
3 years old, though, so Juwan got that right.
Oh,
Mhm.
I got that. Half a point for me. Yeah, he
And
looks
it's, and
friendly.
it's female because it has its mouth open like it's talking.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the rest of the picture, if you were to blow it out, you would see that there's a birthday cake in front of him with exactly 3 candles in it. So,
Yeah, we're good at this.
all right, what's the next one?
It's because all my nature experience.
Mm.
That's the edge of a trash can. Outdoor trash can.
That is a guy in an outhouse with a GoPro that he's pushed
What's
back on
up?
his head.
It's an underwater shot. It looks underwater. Like
Nope.
it's litter when you litter underwater. Oh, that's what it is. The guy fell out of his boat. With he called bass is so big. He fell out of his boat. Anybody
Looks
got
like
one?
Dory's mouth.
Yeah, it does.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's not a tent. It's not a frog. I haven't seen it yet.
Michigan
you guys,
J Frog.
you guys are not clear. It's not a trash can. Let's see why you would think that though.
It's
It's
a bar
not.
of soap.
Ooh,
A bar
outdoor
of soap.
soap.
Why would you take that out in the woods
Good question.
or anywhere?
So
Yeah,
everybody
I don't
keeps
know.
people keep guessing Alice Cooper, and it's
Just cover the bases. Just gotta get the clue. It's kind of like on Wheel of Fortune when they'd say RSTLNE.
I don't
But
blame you.
It's brighter on that on the mouth. I'm just gonna call it a mouth part.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I don't know.
No one's got it, eh?
you guys are.
It's an outdoor jacket. It's an outdoor telephone. It's
Oh,
outdoor
is it the
television.
heel of that hiking boot you showed in the first
Oh.
picture?
Nope,
You
that's not a
doubling up
bad
on
guess. All
It's
right,
a nose. It's a tiger's nose. Lion's nose.
a lion's nose.
Oh, so close.
See,
Wow.
see, you failed.
Little
You
what
all
a little
failed.
color can do.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The hatchet.
Mhm. All right, next
Holy
one.
cow. That is weird.
Tim
I'd
Hawkins
almost-
during his confusing period time.
Almost forgotten that we
First
had
out into
those.
comedy.
Oh, the green.
Oh, is that a tree? A guy's hand up on a tree?
Oh.
A fence post?
That's Juwan climbing that tree to get
Yeah,
up.
man. Hugging that tree for dear life.
Um,
Hippies are outdoor people, right? So it's maybe it's a
Mhm.
hippie hugging the tree.
Could be.
Mhm. It's best to keep them outdoors.
Yeah.
is it a penguin with bad posture? It looks like his head's
Ooh,
too
that's
low.
a good guess.
It is a good
Penguins
guess.
are outdoor.
I'm sticking with the theme.
Penguins are outdoor.
I'm trying
They
to think
are.
of what Brandon would think is outdoor. Like,
Those are outdoor.
Well, then
The-
that would
the
be like
color-
a grill, right?
I'll tell you, the color makes this one almost impossible. But if I didn't color it, you would recognize it immediately.
How cool.
Can you just take the color away?
No, not now.
Okay. Matthew West podcast could do it.
Is that?
Could he? Mm-hmm.
Campfire.
Oh, that's right. Flip it around.
That was Stefan. Stefan.
Stefan is
Oh,
a,
yeah.
Got it. That's not me.
He's a beast
Yeah,
at this.
that's cool.
Yeah, if you got a green campfire, you don't need to be burning those fumes.
Yeah, you're getting
That would be cool.
getting some bad
Green,
chemicals there.
purple, a great sort of a greasy green smoke coming
Yeah.
off.
Bro, did
That'd be
you
enough.
have Mrs. Altman's cookies, bro?
That'd be enough to keep the Oaks family awake all night long. All right.
Oh, what? That's the
Oh, it's
Power
a squirrel.
Stone. That's the Power Stone.
That's a close up of a
I
squirrel.
think it's a tick.
It's an Infinity Stone on there.
Mhm. I don't think you're going to get this one, even if I left the color the same.
Close up of a chinchilla.
I do think it's a close up. It's an outdoor rug.
Is it a squirrel? Because there's two eyes.
A rodent. It's some sort of rodent.
You
Looks
see
like a little
eyeballs?
mouth. I see eyeballs at the top, two eyes, and then
Yeah.
it looks like a little buck teeth and a
Oh.
nose. I'm gonna say squirrel or chipmunk.
Mm-hmm. That's
One
wrong.
of the rodentia families.
Fiberglass in the attic. Yep. It's
You
Very
know,
cool.
outdoors.
Is it a
Can of
frog?
sterno.
a
Okay.
can of sterno. It's not a frog. It's not a slug.
Jill
Am I
lives in an
right about
outdoor
the
field.
eye?
Tractor's coming to plow Fern Gully. That's a good guess.
Does it have eyes though?
No.
Oh, there you go.
We're
it's
not
not
looking
a
at
living
eyes.
creature?
You're not looking at eyes.
I'm gonna say a burlap sack then.
Does look like
Moss.
material.
Moss on a dead
Goat,
log.
dirt, deer mouse, carpet sample. Actually, the carpet sample that's not right, but it is.
AstroTurf.
That's the right general idea.
What?
It's sod.
Moss on a log, sod. Those are not correct. Flip
Old
it
man's
around.
beard.
Algae.
Oh.
Two guys in a
Gosh.
deer stand.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with carpet?
Well, it's doesn't have anything to do with carpet. I said it's not exactly right, but it's a thing that has been assembled.
It's not
Carpet
even
has been
remotely
This
right.
led us. How's carpet assembled?
I'm gonna stop.
Did you just say that picture of a deer stand is similar to a carpet sample because they're both assembled?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Carpet's got to be, you
Okay.
know. That's the IKEA carpet I think you're thinking of. You get like the fibers.
They're both woven.
And
That's my.
Yeah.
Oh.
You weave carpet. You weave those branches into a deer stand.
Grubenstuhl, you have to take it and read the instructions on how to assemble your carpet.
Yeah.
That's actually not a deer stand, is it, Bob? That would be a
No, that's not a deer stand.
right.
But I can't see what's behind them. It looks like there is some kind of structure behind them, and they've just pulled, or I'm sorry, they've woven forest samples together.
I do cry foul on this.
I like the way everybody just unloads on me.
That is not the mental image I get when you say forest sample.
Yeah.
For a sample.
All right, let's go to the next one so you can continue to
Just
ridicule me.
before somebody throws a flag.
Oh, this one you're going to
Oh,
get.
that's a tanning bed. Yeah.
A camper. It's out of a camper.
A solar panel.
Oh, I think Bob's got it. This is RV.
Yeah, side of a.
That's an RV, Clark.
Yep,
Mhm.
there you go.
I
All right,
almost
that's
wish it
two.
was hot pink. What if you had a hot pink
Yeah.
fuchsia RV?
That's an RV. Yeah. Well done. All right. Next one is harder.
It's a drum set.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could-
JT beat me to it.
mosquito's legs
Yeah, that's a tick. That's a close up on a tick. We got that one now.
Or a
Or
grasshopper.
It's got legs. It's not a spider.
It knows how to use them.
It's got legs. It is. I'm going with
Yeah,
spider.
you guys got it almost immediately.
Oh, so
Drum set?
stupid.
Flip it around. No, no, almost immediately.
Is it like carpet?
It's similar.
Exactly like carpet.
It's similar to carpet in that it is an insect. Flip it around. Carpeting.
Those carpet bugs.
Carpeting is
Good
made of
Lord, did you
material.
have to get a full one, John?
Oh, gosh. Hateful things.
Look at
Yeah,
how
full.
Ugh.
full it is. Mhm.
Okay,
That one hit an artery.
All right, true story, really quick, because I know we're in the middle of a game. But I was at a Bible study out in the
That's
woods
not true.
when I was in high school. I was at a Bible study out on Friday night, and I was talking to this girl, and a mosquito landed on my arm, and I flexed it so the mosquito could not detach from my arm, and it just filled up with blood. And then I finally relaxed, and it popped, like it got loose in my arm, but it was so big it just hovered. It couldn't. Everybody thought it was the coolest thing, and like, so I got mad points for that.
And that's what made you prom king.
What made me king?
Did I ever share the idea for the video that I had a few years ago with you guys that we were going to do a remember there was a petting zoo, but petting zoos were kind of a thing where you could turn the kids loose and you could feed the little goats or feed the little sheep and everything. My idea was to have an insect petting zoo, and you shove these little kids into the mosquito bin to feed the mosquitoes.
25 cents.
Yeah, you can feed them.
Way out like
all the
a
mosquitoes.
little quarter machine. You crank it up, and then it outpours like some kind of attractant. You could just rub it on yourself.
Yeah, you put a quarter in and the door opens, so you just go in there and stand.
Feed the mosquitoes.
Feed the mosquitoes.
Tuppence of blood.
That's snow.
That's a flood.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
either
flash
water
flood.
or snow. I think a flash flood. I think Juan got it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
outdoor.
Look at
Oh,
you
nice.
guys.
That's good.
Look at you guys. You guys are nailing these, even though I've changed the color. You've got
Well, that was Yellow River.
yes.
That was Yellow River. By you
Right.
ever read that book?
Who
No.
wrote it, Juan?
I.P. Freely. It's like third grade
Paul
joke. I
Williams.
thought you were going to catch on to that.
That's a constellation.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, it's stars.
That's
That's
the Horsehead Nebula.
that's a close up of fungi.
It is not the Horsehead Nebula.
Now that one looks normal. Who was that?
I know that was Brian doing
That's Brian.
Robert Downey
Oh,
Jr.
Brian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian looks good as RDJ.
Okay, so it's not stars.
It is not stars.
So it
It's
may be
row.
smoke from,
See.
but we've already had a fire.
Mhm.
Is it
Frog
fireworks?
It's in the comment section.
The moon.
Ah,
The moon.
Wow.
Oh.
Now I feel horrible.
midnight and the moon and you.
I don't remember how many more we have. Is there another one?
Just keep a clicking.
Just keep it clicking. Oh, there we go.
Ooh, that's an
Oh,
amoeba.
that is a
Dirty
ladybug's butt.
martini. All right, my wife is making suggestions.
It's
Uh,
extra dry martini.
Moth wings.
Mm-hmm.
It is a rose
Yeah.
petal.
I think it's a moth.
The moon planet. See,
The moon planet.
Mm-hmm. Meiosis.
Meiosis.
Oh, what?
A water drop on a leaf. That's very
So nobody's got it yet? Okay.
artsy.
Tadpole.
I was gonna say if it's cellular division, that's really
Mm-hmm. It's not.
Personality.
I haven't
That's-
seen it. Haven't
It's
seen
not a
it
moth. It's not a moth wing.
Yet. No.
I was gonna say a praying bird.
It's a bat wing.
It's
Whoa.
about blah blah back,
Back
cleavage.
I
Back
saw that from the
cleavage.
It's a
band name.
plumber's crack.
Man, what could that be? Is that scenery between like two mountains? Like
Oh, it's a valley.
like
Oh,
like
okay.
a valley.
What do you call that? What do you call that scenery between mountains? Valley.
Nobody's got. Okay, gosh.
Nope. Nope. I don't see it yet. I've been keeping an eye on it, and nobody's.
Wait, this better not be a satellite picture of like a river or something.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
That would make me
not
angry.
that. And
it's a
also-
close up of
The
Dick
Earth.
Grayson.
Or stuff on the earth.
That's what I was gonna say. Something on the earth.
It's something on the earth. It's not Alice Cooper either.
Is it
He's
the back
on
of
the
a
earth.
ladybug?
No.
That's what I said.
Oh, you
You
did.
said
Oh, sorry.
no.
No.
It's a feather.
Tornado.
Tornado. You're just guessing now.
No, because it
Oh,
looks like a
what did
tornado. Like,
It could
You see
sound
the
like
little
you got
spin?
it though.
No.
Or were you trying to see
No.
if that was
It's not chicken strips either.
what?
I thought it might have been a superhero. I said Dick Grayson.
Well,
It's outdoors and camping.
It is.
So it fits
You
the
know,
theme.
You're right.
campground.
Can't argue with you.
Okay,
Who
that's
was the
one.
killer in the first Friday the 13th movie, by the way?
spoiler alert, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, doesn't Jason shows up at the end or something?
Yeah.
At the very end.
Yeah.
Which they threw that in the last second, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like they
Kevin
thought
Bacon's
they were gonna
first
have a
film.
sequel.
They just the guy putting money behind it said he wanted just something extra to like another jump scare, and so they
Mhm.
went back and shot that last part, and then that like
Best part of
actually
the
ended
movie.
up making it into a franchise.
Yep.
I have a non-Christian friend that told me that.
We used to do that in school. I wasn't allowed to watch the
Kill
scary
campers?
movies. So no,
Oh,
that was high school. I'm talking about elementary.
oh,
We used to, but I couldn't watch scary movies when I was a kid. But like other kids were watching them, so I would just like, just tell me what happens. So they would
Yeah.
half the time they're making stuff up, but most of the
Yeah.
time I was just trying to get them to tell me about your rated R movie that you saw. Did you see anything? That was the other thing. Did you see anything?
And then now you go back and watch those, and they're not scary at all.
They're not?
Sir.
No, when I was a kid, I was horrified by them, but
Friday the 13th isn't scary. Does it hold up to you guys?
not really. That last scene is the best scene in the movie.
I've only seen one horror movie, but it still holds up. Have you seen Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Ugh.
The one with Jack Black.
That's actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
It was horrifying.
Yeah, the
Really
acting.
bad.
Oh, it's so scary.
Go ahead, Peach.
I was here to find out whether we have a song tonight because we
Oh.
didn't do that.
Yeah, we do.
I
And
didn't
if
prepare
so,
anything, but
I have to confess
Grab
I did
your
not put
ukulele,
the
Bob.
lyrics on. I didn't put
It's
the
all right, it's a
lyrics up
sing-along.
for the banners.
It's a
need-
sing along.
We need to set this up though, and Juan should be the one to do it.
Oh,
Okay, hang on. Let's do this real quick. Let's do this and then this. No. This. Okay. Go ahead, Juan.
oh, thank you for that intro. So warm. In case you didn't know this, I'm currently at my church, and this is the church secretary's office. Someone commented on the Lysol. I don't know why that's there. I'm just gonna say maybe sometimes there's things that are less than savory that happen in here. I don't know what goes on during the week. Don't ask me. But I'm at my church because my home internet is horrible. It was invented by the Amish, and I have to hire a kid named Ezekiel to churn. He gets on a bicycle just so I can
To
check
churn the
email,
internet.
churning
Yeah.
butter.
Mhm.
But so just for reference, if I get 1 megabyte per second, which is like normal. What do you guys do? Your speed, your internet speed? Anybody?
We get such good internet, we don't even pay attention to such things. We don't care.
I saw a glitch when she said that, so that's what's funny to me. Anyway, she's like, "We get that," but so we just been out in the country. We've got horrible internet, and like 3 days ago, see, Bob knows what I'm talking about. He's nodding along. 3 days ago, there was just some guys in our driveway, and by driveway where we live, it's just a gravel trail that goes to our house. But they're like digging and putting flags down and stuff, and we didn't even know what was going on. And I guess Now, in retrospect, I probably should have asked. He was like, "Hey, what's going on? You're in my driveway." But I was just like, and I went to my house like
Peeking out from behind trees.
So just today, or maybe a day yesterday, I went out there and there's a little orange stake and it says fiber optic cable, and I got so excited I Marco Polo'd the other starving comics people and shed a tear. And,
multiple times he Marco Polo'd us.
The experience, I guess, was so moving that it inspired JT to capture it in a song.
I think it was your enthusiasm. I think that's what it was. It was John. You were so excited about the possibility that it might be internet. We didn't even know for sure what it was.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We thought it might be high-speed internet, and so he was just.
He literally was Marcoing us, just saying, "Look, here's a row of red flags in a random box. I think it might be internet, guys."
What got me was they started pulling out this orange tube, and I'm like, "Well, that's not sewage, and I already got power. So I don't know what else that could be, but internet.
It has to be internet."
Which luckily it was, instead of not, some government trying to, keep tabs on us or anything.
So in appreciation for your enthusiasm, that I think is what this song is about.
Yeah, and we want the joy to be contagious to all the SCQSers watching tonight. So you can sing along. After you hear it once, you'll be able to sing along the hook through the whole song. So here we go. Something's coming, makes me want to dance. I'm so excited, I'm about to pee my pants. No more waiting, I'ma get the goods. They brought the equipment and they stacked it in my woods. Oh, nothing in the world like high-speed internet. Nothing makes me happy as high-speed internet. Better than the lottery, high-speed internet. I was feeling crappy till high-speed internet. High-speed internet. High-speed internet. I'll be zooming like Speedy Gonzales. High-speed internet. Hollering freedom like William Wallace. High-speed internet. All you clickers, prepare to be shocked. The foundations of my network are about to be rocked. Oh, nothing in the world like high-speed internet. Diamonds and pearls, my high-speed internet. Better than chocolate, high-speed internet. Impressing all the girls with my high-speed internet. High-speed internet. Sing along. High-speed internet. All God's children need the speed that I'm craving. High-speed internet. Think of all the quality time that I'll be saving. With high-speed internet, I'll be surfing SKUs like a pro now. Bye dial up, I'm about to go now. Nothing in the world like high-speed internet. You can have my high-speed internet. When you rub my dead fingers off my high-speed internet. A healing salve, my high-speed internet.
High-speed internet.
High-speed internet.
High-speed internet.
High-speed internet. High-speed internet. High-speed internet. Till it comes, I'm stuck with this connection. My speed internet. My computer needs a resurrection. My speed internet. Every time I click, it takes a little while. And God forbid if I should need to send a file. Nothing could be slower than my speed internet. I can grow a beard with my speed internet. High speed internet. I don't have you yet. My kids were reared on high-speed internet. High-speed internet.
High-speed internet.
High-speed internet. High-speed internet. High-speed internet.
high-speed internet.
Uh-huh.
Dance to it, I guess.
That you painted picture with words that I could not express.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel.
Sometimes you need a song to express it.
Was that song about internet?
Mm-hmm.
Something
Okay.
like that.
'Cause sometimes they have hidden meanings and stuff, but I was like, I think I know this one.
It's
Yeah.
It's metaphorical.
Yeah,
It's a double.
metaphor. It was actually
double
about a demon barber who slits people's throats at his barbershop in London, but I guess that kind of got lost in
Oh,
the metaphor.
Goosebumps 4. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
About Jason. Pod Ninja.
You know who has good internet is Front Royal, Virginia.
Why?
I don't know. I've just been told there, but I won't know until next weekend when I go there to do shows.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Uh-huh. Do you have something that you want to drop before we close tonight, Bob? Do you have a
No, I just wanted to hear you say that. Like we're close.
upcoming? Yeah, we are. We're close. We were going to do. We didn't have time for Juan's slideshow, but we'll do that. Next week.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh, now you want to stick around?
We could do it in the after party too, if you want to do that.
I'm not a member.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a way to fix that, Bob. Do you know how to do that?
do the wrap up, Peach.
JohnBranyan.com to become a Comedy Click member, and you will find the link to the effort party on the members homepage. The effort party starts right after this show. If you want to find out what Juan's up to, go to castingcrowns.com. They're not in Europe anymore.
We're not
But I
doing
don't
nothing
know.
for a while.
I was going to say, I don't know where they are for a little while, but you can find out if you go to castingcrowns.com. Support John Thomas Oakes at johnthomasoakes.com. You can also support Brian April at patreon.com/comedybrian. He's not here this week or next week, but you can still support him. And bobsmiley.com to find out where he's going to be.
I don't get a link.
You have it right there. Let's see.
He wants a banner.
A banner.
Give him a banner.
I'm gonna bobsmiley.com.
BobBigBabySmiley.com.
Whoa.
Isn't it pretty?
BobSmiley.com.
Yeah.
This is a good way to end the show too. I think you guys should sing the credits.
BobSmiley.com.
All right, here
All
they
right, so we're
come.
gonna sing the names.
Yep, as many as you can. As many as you can
Excited
fit
that
in.
you're getting high-speed internet.
Go.
Comedy Click.
Get in front of your Stephen Clark and Patty Jenkins,
Hunter and Sarah,
Rachel King and Suzanne Martin, Christoph Miller and Keith and Dan Smith, and
Nathan Sell, Jeff Spiller, Corey Stevens, Kevin Thatcher, James Ward, Olivia Wearing.
BobSmiley.com.
Nailed it!
BobSmiley.com. BobSmiley.com.
Bye.
Bob-